Good morning. The adventure begins this morning. We just got Tonto all loaded up. He's behind me. We woke up early to take advantage of the cool weather, and we're just about to hit the road. Do you have any first words of the trip?
Woohoo! I don't know what it is, like, it's a early morning, but I know it's exciting. Even though we're just heading to New Mexico, it feels like a big adventure. And in this truck, everything kind of feels like a big adventure, but we're leaving early, so it's not too hot. We want to kind of get into at least 4,000 or 5,000 foot range of elevation in New Mexico before it's like noon and hot, because it's now in the 90s here in Tucson. My parents' place is at 3,500, so it's actually not bad, but still, in this truck you don't want to be cruising along when it's 95 or 100. So, let's see how far we get. This little spot. It's all kind of flat and boring desert from Tucson to here, and then from here to almost Texas. But this is just such a cool rock formation here in the Dragoons. Beautiful forest.
It is so windy and it's pretty chilly actually, which is a change from Tucson, but feels good and it is so beautiful out here.
Gila cliff dwellings. Even joking, I can't say it, and then serious, I can't say it. Mogollon Indians, and 750 years ago it was built, and it's mostly original, so it's about 80%. So like you see a lot of times, they probably restacked a few rocks, or stones that they found nearby. But for the most part original, which is pretty cool. The more original the better for us. I think we appreciate that the most, so you really know what it looked like.
Bit windy.
Wee bit windy, got a mile hike to get to them. So, you know, for us, we don't do too many of like the pay here national park thing, so it's kind of cool. Since you're home, you feel like you're visiting your home country, and I love New Mexico, so I'm excited. When you get to the top, look down at all these rooms here.
This area is so cool. Look how big it is. Giant. Pretty neat. It's an easy hike, and you get to crawl around in here, so I think it's worth the $10 that it costs to get in. Pretty cool. After checking out the cliff dwellings, we knew there were some hot springs nearby, so it was back down the hill to go check those out before searching for a campsite for the night. Okay, so Tim is gonna go check out the close hot springs. You have to cross the river and it's windy and cold, and I just am exhausted and didn't feel like getting wet and cold right now. So I'm gonna stay in the truck and enjoy reading my book in the nice cool breeze, and hopefully he finds some awesome hot springs, but we'll see. We'll see what the report is when he gets back. So, while I took a nice little nap, Tim braved the cold to find the hot springs. He made his way across a chilly little river and eventually came to this beautiful spot where he got to enjoy a beer. I sure missed out.
Man, that was relaxing. Now I gotta go and cross freezing cold snow melt streams. All right, pretty worthwhile overall. Just got back to the truck. Whether you're camping or parking, people like to be right next to the other humans. Makes them feel safer, maybe? I don't know. Is it Miss Sleepyhead? I see they gave you plenty of room to hang out.
Now, after a successful nap and hot spring visit, it was time to hunt for our camp spot. It was a really windy day, so trying to find a spot that was a little hidden from the wind was our goal. We have a giant annoying tent, but it sure is luxurious inside.
It's giant.
As long as we don't blow away and it rips apart. Putting it away is going to be interesting, and setting it up in the wind, not so easy.
Yeah.
But we made it here.
Yeah, I think, you know, if we were going to do a lot of camping out of old Tonto, the smarter way to do it, and we've done it in the past, is with your backpacking tent. It's not as luxurious, but it's just easy. It's in the footprint of the truck, so the truck will actually block the wind for you.
The thing is, like, you could park the truck in it, I think.
Yeah, I think so. This thing actually seems okay quality.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Compared to the tent.
All right, welcome to our finished product, our giant home.
Very fancy.
There's our $5 chairs. There's our $100 tent.
Yeah, that's where we splurged. Although its stitching's still already coming apart, so oops. Looks like that's going to be a return. But then the mattress, man, that looks comfy as heck.
Our $15 sleeping bags and our $5 pillows.
Yep. Ta-da!
Early the next morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
We're here to tell you.
Camping sucks.
Okay. Not really at all. But what we did is we couldn't find most of our camping, most of our even warm weather stuff in our storage unit. And so what we did is when we wanted to go camping.
We also thought it would be fun to just like see how cheaply you could go on an adventure.
So that stove is my old Coleman. We got it out of storage. It works great. It's always worked great. It was my dad's in the 80s. I started camping in the mid-90s and been using it ever since. Not good for backpacking camping, but any truck camping, it's fine. The pot you see, and there's a couple pans inside, we went to Goodwill and just grabbed them, and they were, I think, 99 cents, and then the pot is fancy, so it was $1.99, I think. These chairs are $5 each, and they're not that bad. I mean, they're as comfy as our camp chairs.
We'll see how long they last, but
yeah, if they make it through this 7-day camping trip, I'll be impressed. But $5, like $5.70 per chair. So you got $10 in chairs. That tent was $99. That was kind of the big spend, and it's not worth it. You know, I'd rather spend $99 on a used Big Agnes, MSR, REI brand, any good brand tent, and buy it off of like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. We didn't have time to do any of that. We were literally one trip. We went out in the car, and we hit Goodwill, Salvation Army, Target, Costco, and Walmart. And then we'd like go back to certain ones and go, the sleeping bags are only, you know, $15 over there, not 30. Let's return those bags and go with the Target bags. So we have $15 sleeping bags that say they're good to 35 degrees, and it was every bit of
not good.
No, and you know, with the sleeping bags, it's not saying you're going to feel great at that. It's like you're going to live at whatever it says. It was every bit of below freezing last night. We're at 6,500 feet in New Mexico, not far from the Gila cliff dwellings, not far from Silver City, kind of in between the two. And so the bags were cold. The mattress thing we bought from Costco is $40 for this giant mattress with a little motor to blow it up. That is worth it as long as it doesn't have a hole in it by the end of this trip.
That was the best part about last night.
Yeah.
Having
that was awesome.
mattress.
Compared to the little super light sleeping pads that you use for backpacking, if you're car camping, do a giant mattress. That was awesome. The tent, though, was starting to rip and tear, and the stitching's coming undone as you're putting it up. So it's a piece. And I think, did we buy anything else?
No,
we bought that
cheap,
UE.
Like, cups and stuff.
Oh yeah,
but
you know, 50-cent cups
yeah.
and plates and bowls that are the same sort of plasticky, rubbery material, and they're all 50 cents a piece. So, honestly, it was a pain to set all this stuff up.
That tent is so annoying to set up. I'm sure it's going to be so annoying to put away.
Admittedly, it was like 30-mile-an-hour winds, genuine 30 or 40-mile-an-hour winds gusting through. We almost lost the tent once, so that made it worse. But I get why people don't like traditional camping. If you're backpacking, you have your little tent. It goes together quick and easy. You crawl into it. Sleeping is just something you got to do before the next awesome day of backpacking. To have a truck and then get into a tent and freeze your butt off in it, I'm a huge advocate of sleeping inside. Obviously, with a FJ40 or a Jeep, a normal wheelbase Jeep, short wheelbase, a Defender 90, whatever, you can't sleep inside. Anything long enough to sleep inside, I think you're crazy if you don't sleep inside. You don't need a rooftop tent. I prefer sleeping inside
Yeah.
immensely over a rooftop tent.
Being able to sleep inside changed my mind about like truly liking camping. Like I was telling him this morning, remember why I hated camping as a kid? Because like it sucks to me.
Yeah.
Like I mean, if it's in a nice, if you have nice, we had not great weather, so that was part of the bummer. But it's just a pain. Like it's annoying. And if this was the first time that he had taken me camping, I'd be like, I don't like this. I don't ever want to do this again.
Yeah. I know. I think if we were
don't take your wife for the first time in that.
The pop top is awesome, but that's a huge modification to your truck, and unless you find the deal like we did and do it yourself, it's pretty expensive. If you're going to do a rooftop tent, I like the hard-sided top and bottom ones. The big flop-open cloth ones are great when the weather is perfect. I mean perfect. No wind, no big rains, then they're great. But I don't like wheeling with them. It's too much weight up there, so they're noisy when you're up there.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Yeah, but that's just our opinion. And we'll try and camp lower tonight since this was so cold and we don't have a lot of our proper gear, but other than that.
Yeah, we don't have a fridge, we're just using a cooler.
Yeah, an old cooler.
Nothing fancy.
This truck is going to need fuel every 2 days anyways, so every 2 or 3 days we'll have to be at a gas station and they'll have ice. So
hopefully tomorrow we sleep better.
Yeah.
Or today, I guess.
This is an interesting
we
video.
did not get to the point at all.
No.
We're very tired.
Go for the point.
Moral of the story, for me, it was a rough night. It was cold, and I'm tired. But I'm looking forward to today.
Thanks for watching. Come along next time as we continue our low-budget adventure in the wide open spaces of New Mexico, the land of enchantment.
Where are we going? So, way around here is the Gila Cliff Dwellings. Okay.
Sun's over here.
We're rambling. So, but you're going to edit this so it sounds really good. I'm pointing to the dollar amount she's going to put there. Order now. All right, if you order now, only 10 payments, you can have this, minus the truck. And my boots. And then you can have everything else.
All that stuff over there, you know.
You can just burn it in the storage unit.
It was
Where's
hilarious
my
actually walking through like the stores with like your tent and your sleeping bag and like
$15
cups,
tent.
and people are like you just looked like those people
Yeah.
that are like, you've never camped
going
before,
camping,
have ya?
How's that gonna be? So, all right, we have no idea.
End of the longest talking scene
Have
ever.
fun editing that, honey.
Oh, I'm puffy.